Hello. I welcome you to today's Jesus drill. And I know your life is not going to be the same. It's going to be very informative and very educative. And I want you to give me just 1 minute of your time. And I know this really going to help you. So there is something called the grace of God, or there's a system of advantage called the grace of God. And the grace of God has been partitioned into 5 categories. You have the grace called the mercy of God, the grace called the favor of God, grace called the salvation of God, grace called the giftings of God, and there's another grace called the compassion of God. Now I want to arrest your attention to 2 main graces: the favor of God and the mercy of God. There are a lot of people that do not need to pray for favor again because the door has been opened. But there is another system of advantage called the mercy of God that will determine whether you be able to enter into the door or not. I beseech you by the mercy of the living God. Great Apostle Paul is saying, a great and effectual door has been opened unto me, but many are the adversaries. So it means that a door can be opened unto you, but the grace of God will determine whether you enter into the door or not, because there are certain parameters, or there are certain factors that, or there are certain antecedents that regulate people's ability to enter or not. When I'm talking about the mercy of God, what do I mean? The mercy of God is when God exonerates a man, or God exempts a man from the legal rulings or legislations of a family, or the legislations in a community, or the legislations in the country. What do I mean by this? Whenever there's a legislation, or there is a particular limitation that has been placed upon you, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, you always be under the radar of this limitation. But when God comes in own sovereignty to exempt you from the legal rulings, then it means that you have obtained the mercy of God. There are some people that a door has been opened unto you, a job door has been opened unto you, a marital door has been opened unto you, but because of the family you come from, because of the jurisdictions, legal jurisdictions that have been placed in the family, or the limitations that have been placed in the family, you are following suit to patterns of the family. You're not being able to marry early, you're not being able to give birth early. Why? Because there are patterns in the family that is following you. But there is something called the mercy of God. When it comes upon your life, you are exempted and you are exonerated from the legal limitations that has been placed in the family. I want to advise you that from now, whenever you are praying, pray that, Father, may you show me mercy. Because we see Saul committing a particular sin, and David also committing even excuse to say maybe a worse sin than that. But yet David is finding a way to enter into the heart of God, that God is saying, and God loved David more. And God is saying, David is a man after my heart. Why? Because the King David had understanding on how to enter into the heart of the king, to manipulate it in order to obtain mercy. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to advise you from now, whenever you're praying, pray that, Father, may you show me mercy. May you show me mercy. I throw myself onto your feet of mercy, that I shall obtain mercy from you, Lord. Thank you, and your life will never be the same. I still remain your servant, Seth Nas. Peace. Shalom. Salute grace.